Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome back to QOTD, the Question of the Day show, the game show that lets you be on the air, and you can join us on the air by recording your own video answers to our awesome daily questions. We are back again with the big show, the day of the week where we go through your best answers to all the questions of the week and vote for the very best of the best of the best. It's going to be very exciting. JJ, what were our questions this week like?
Yes, so we actually had a theme for this week, which is very exciting. And the theme for this week was Secrets Revealed. And so we asked you about a bunch of different things. We asked what people need to improve upon. We asked what weird things you have in your fridge. We asked about drama with customer workplace stories if you worked in the service industry. So we're getting into some very deep and dark secrets and gossip and juicy material. I'm excited.
Love it. I love a theme in general, like a theme party, theme dinner, like, exactly. So that makes it even the more exciting. Phoebe, I think that we should just cut right into it. What do you say?
I think so.
Let's do it. First question coming up. Ooh, this is, okay. So this one is a little bit of a complicated question, so stick with us. The question is, does your pet think that you are a big dumb cat if you have a cat, or dog if you have a dog? Or does it think that it's a human just like you?
That is so wild. Well, I would say that dogs ain't stupid, right? They know you're not a dog, right? Where's your tail? Oh, I guess there are dogs without tails. But like you can't smell, right? You can't, run very fast. So I don't think that they think that you're a dog. But I also don't know if they totally understand what it means to be a human. So I'm going to go with they know that you're not a dog, but they don't know what the heck you are. And so they're just going to treat you like a human, rather like a dog, because that's all they can do, right? It's like they can't play the piano, all they can do is bark, so they bark a lot, right? Similarly, in terms of the way that they, socialize with their pets, like you and me. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say you're a human.
Okay.
You guys with me?
I think so.
I think so.
But ultimately, I think it doesn't really matter what we think. It matters what our fans think. And luckily, we have a lot of answers from fans this week. So let's see if they agree that they think they're... Yeah.
I believe that my dog thinks that it's a person because a lot of the times if I act way too smart for just being a dog. So, and when I do things, it would try to copy me and mimic what I do. So, at times, I feel like it thinks of itself as a person instead of a dog.
Well, you know what they say, doggy see, doggy do.
They do. It's not my case.
I don't know if my dog thinks I am a dog or not. They try to treat me as I am one, or they do their own thing. But I do think that my dog thinks that they are a person and that they can just go anywhere and do anything, but they cannot. So
maybe they're people, but they don't really understand what a person is.
Does my dog think I'm a dog? My dog doesn't. I think dogs are smart. They definitely know we're something different. But my dog does think it's a human. It'll like prop itself up against the chair and sit like that with the hands up like this. It's a good time. It seems like she's always trying to copy us, or like when we're watching like a movie, she'll like sit up and watch a movie with us. But
Old Yeller.
nah, I'm definitely a human to that dog.
My dog does the same thing. I've never seen a being sit prettier than her when she's like on the
No,
couch.
my cat probably does think that I'm a big dumb cat. She's always trying to trick me, fool me, and get ahead of me. She will follow me around, ask for attention and playtime and let me pet her. And then right after that, she'll go right to her food spot where her cat food is, ignore that, and sit there and stare at me because she wants her tuna. She'll sit there for 30 minutes to an hour and just wait. And on top of that, at nighttime, she'll go out and sometimes she'll kill a mouse and she'll bring it in and she'll put it on me as like a present or a way of showing off, I guess.
Ugh.
So that cat totally thinks that you're a cat.
My
in my
dog
opinion.
definitely thinks everybody's a dog. So we have a turtle, we have lizards, we have birds, we have a cat, and the dog treats every animal like another dog. The dog is convinced that the cat is the dog. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it is. So I would say dog thinks everybody's a dog.
But then
And
dog's like,
even
well,
when I had a little tiny bird that I found, a fledgling, the dog even thought the bird was a dog. So, unfortunately, dogs are not the brightest. They think everything else is a dog.
Maybe they don't think it's a dog. Maybe they just are like, oh, another being. It's a friend. Maybe they're just very friendly.
that's what
Okay, so I don't have a dog or a cat currently, but when I did have a dog, honestly, I don't think she thought that I was a dog. I think pets are usually pretty smart and they kind of know that you're just a human. I've also heard that there's the thing with elephants. I think it's elephants that they know humans are humans and they like actually react to them as we would react to a dog. Like they think we're like super cute. I feel like dogs think that humans are cute too, because they like just freak out over humans.
Yeah, they're freaked out of their dogs too, though. Don't you think? Wow. Boy, there's some big choices in there. We need to find out what you guys really think about this whole thing. And you can tell us by voting for somebody who you agree with or who you thought just had like the best answer. And you can vote, if you're on YouTube, in chat by typing vote space and then the number of the person that you like. If you like Becca, you could write vote space 6. And that will be a vote for elephants think that people are cute. Maybe dogs do too. Maybe
I've
cats
heard
do.
the elephants think people are cute theory. I don't know if I buy it. I think they're just trying to get some food out of us by flattery.
Yeah, that's very smart though.
Shiv. So Shiv, congratulations, you're making it to the final round. You have been voted by your colleagues on the internet and YouTube too for having the best answer to that question. That was last Friday's question. So what comes next after Friday? That'd be Saturday. So let's hear Saturday's question. Yeah, what if the question of the day was, what's tomorrow's date? You'd be going,
It would have been too
would
easy, but then it also
dogs
wouldn't have been as fun, you know? Oh, this is a fun one. So now we're getting into some of the gossip, the drama side of the week. What is one thing everybody really needs to improve upon?
Are you asking my dog or are you asking like us?
I'm asking you, but if your dog thinks it's a human, it can answer this question. It's allowed, I think, personally.
Okay.
I actually have an answer for this question. I personally think that everyone just needs to be more self-aware, and specifically, they need to be self-aware about their speed, the speed at which they walk, the speed at which they drive. Because I'm a fast walker and a fast driver, and just people need to speed it up. People need to pick up the pace. You know, they need to be aware that like they may not be the fastest, and so make room for the people who are. Just pick it up.
See, I thought you were going to say the opposite, that everybody needs to slow down. We're moving too fast. But no,
No,
you're saying, you say everybody needs to just speed the F up.
I think we gotta do it. We gotta do it on the sidewalk like we're driving. Make the left lane the passing lane.
Yeah.
Somebody less.
If you were saying that people just need to be more considerate in general, like JJ's coming fast, so get out
I
of
think
the
I'm
way.
at a version of JJ's, which is like keep it moving, or stick to the right.
All right.
And
Get out of the way.
Get out of the
That's
way,
what all
yep.
you young people have been saying for generations, right?
what? Get out the way.
Yeah, get out the way. Not yet.
They made a song like that once, I think.
Queen Elizabeth,
Yeah.
said Charles. Get out the way. I'm watching The Crown right now.
Okay.
Of course, of course. Well, I think we have some answers from fans telling people what they should improve upon. So let's see if anyone else says self-aware. If I'm just a speed demon.
I think everybody needs to improve on their time management skills. I know very few people who are able to get everything they want to get done, get done. Me included.
Okay, I think, yeah.
One thing that for sure everybody needs to improve on is manners. I'm telling you, next time you go to the store, see if you can count more than, say, 5 people that say please, or thank you, or you're welcome.
So true.
Come on, manners, guys. Let's see if we can improve on that.
If somebody said thank you or called me sir at the supermarket, I think I would have a heart attack and just drop down right there in the middle of the aisle.
I mean, we can all just be generally nicer to each other. I feel like that's a common answer.
We spend too much time talking to our computers.
True. I spend a lot of time.
I think that one thing everyone needs to improve on is their attention span. Because of social media and TikTok, no one knows how to pay attention these days or really be involved in a conversation because they're used to short attention spans and can't pay attention long.
Yeah, you're not going to learn anything in a TikTok time frame.
Oh, that's
I
not
feel
true.
like we could all improve on being less judgmental as human beings. We all have feelings, have a heart. Just have a heart, because who are we to judge the next person based on our own assumptions?
Yeah, it's not even like empathy. It's less than that. Less required. Just
Okay, this is probably going to be a very cliche answer, but I think that everyone needs to improve on their self-awareness, and that encompasses how you feel about yourself, being confident in yourself, being secure in yourself, and just being aware that we're all human beings and we're all living this imperfect life. We're just figuring it out, and there's going to be challenges, and you're going to do bad things sometimes, and you're going to do good things, and it's just having that awareness of being kind to yourself and just being aware that that's just going to happen. So just be nice to yourself.
It's almost like she's the flip side of what Crystal was saying. We want to be self-aware. At the same time, you also want to don't be too judgmental. It's time to vote for some of these. There were some different things in here, right? We talked about time management. We talked about learning how to focus, and then obviously kindness and self-awareness. But anyway, it's up to you guys. You could just go ahead and vote by going into the chat and typing vote space and the number of the person who you agree with. If you really think that Sonia's got it, just say vote space 6. And if you're on BeOnTheAir.com, you just mash the blue button next to Sonia's face, or whoever knocks, and he's got some wisdom.
True. Oh, we have a winning answer coming in. Let's see what people have said. Chris,
I have to admit.
congratulations.
What did he say? What did Chris say? Do you guys know? I don't know. Anyway, congratulations, Chris. That was a really good answer. I think this goes to speak to what Alicia was saying, which is that I don't even have enough focus. I'm like a gnat. I'm on TikTok time. I'm like Phoebe. So congratulations, Chris. You are going to go to the final rounds, and thank goodness we're going to get a chance to hear that answer once again just before we do the final vote to pick the best QOTD answer of the entire week. But that was pretty exciting. I know, JJ, I know that you're thinking that you won that bet and you're going to get 2 shillings or something, but he was talking about self-awareness in general, or she was talking about that and kind of how you have to just kind of know that sometimes you're at fault. We all make mistakes. You should be giving other people some slack. But you were talking very specifically about people walk too slow. Self-awareness about your pace. So I don't know. Maybe I'll give you 1 shilling. How's that for a compromise?
Yeah, I think Sonia was talking about almost. I think she was also kind of the flip side of me, where she was just being aware of the fact that you're human, and I'm just be aware of the fact that there are other people around you.
We're faster than you. Yeah. I hear you. Okay, well, that was a pretty awesome question and many, many answers. I appreciate everybody who answered. That was really great. Thank you so much. What's our next question?
Yes, let's move on. I think we have a next question. Ooh, this is an exciting one. So this question is, show us the weirdest, most absolutely out of left field thing in your refrigerator.
So this is intimidating because people had some really weird in their refrigerator, like some really, really crazy things. But I wanted to like play along. So, I went and I took a little video of the inside of my fridge. Roll that beautiful bean tape, please.
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah, so here's my refrigerator. Welcome to my kitchen. There's the calendar, 2024, so it was today. And let's see, what do we have inside? Ice, right? Ice, that weird. Unless, of course, it is shaped like a certain dark Sith Lord. Yeah, there's Darth Vader. That isn't the weird thing, though, right? That's not weird. It's these guys right here. I play a lot of pickleball and not well, and so I have these icy packs. So that's the icy pack for my arm. That's the one for my hand. You wear it like that. And then here's a little icy pack for my thigh. When I hurt that, I'm like hurting myself all over the place, right? And sometimes those icy packs, they don't work as much as you would like, and that's why I keep chocolate at the bottom of the icy pack drawer. Yeah, so that wipes away the tears from pickleball pain. So that's what I got. I got pickleball pain in the fridge.
Wow.
Weird?
Maybe. That was impressive. I now I feel like I know a lot more about you because I've seen the inside of your freezer.
It is. It's like oddly intimate, right? It's like having somebody go through your sock drawer. I'm not sure if I want anybody going through my sock drawer. But yeah, no, I went for it. So guys, welcome. Welcome to my like inner psyche. It's in my freezer.
Yes, and remember, you don't have to worry about privacy. It's just you, us, and everyone on the internet who's watching this big show.
Don't judge me. I'm human.
Exactly, as we know. Well,
just as Frigidaire made me, sir.
So, we have some answers coming in from fans. Well, we have fans' answers from across the entire week that have been coming in the entire week. So let's see if any of them go as extra as Keith has.
All right, so I don't know if this counts because it's in my freezer, but my roommate has a bag of frozen avocados. You want to explain this one? Smoothies. Word. Apparently you can make smoothies with them. All right.
Smoothies are weird.
Smoothies, done.
A cameo.
The weirdest thing in my refrigerator, nothing too weird, but this one is a bag of a bunch of different sauces like ketchup, soy sauce, some Shin ramen packets, maybe some mustard as well.
Rabbits probably love that. He's our rabbit guy, right?
So one of the weirdest things I have in my fridge is taco seasoning. I have a bunch in a different flavors, different spice level. I love Mexican food. So.
Not necessary to put that in the freezer, by the way, Shiv. That stuff lasts on store shelves for decades.
Okay, so I can't really show the weirdest thing in my refrigerator right now because I am not near my refrigerator, but I would probably say the weirdest thing would probably be my Chick-fil-A sauce. It just feels like, I don't know, it just feels like I shouldn't have it there. It feels like I'm stealing the secret formula or something. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, that's not weird. That's cunning. That's wise.
It's thievery.
But what else could you put it on? Are you allowed to put it on things besides
weirdest
chicken?
thing that I have in my refrigerator, personally, I think all my items that I have in my fridge are quite normal. But if I have to point out the one that I think would be the weirdest, it would be bok choy. It's basically Chinese vegetable. Shape is kind of weird. That's what I can think of, because I feel like everything in my fridge is quite normal looking.
Yeah, but if like a quarter of the world's population eats it, a lot then.
Show us the weirdest thing in your refrigerator. Oh, I don't actually have anything interesting at the moment. I'm traveling at the moment, so I'm in North Macedonia today, and all I have in there is a bottle of water because it's real freaking hot here, and I have a Kit Kat too. So it's kind of it though. Nothing exciting, unfortunately.
Just the absolute necessities: water and a Kit Kat. Yeah. Well, that was a pretty wild question. So what is it that you have in your fridge? Is it like bok choy or some crazy vegetable? Or maybe you've got like ancient sauces that you want to have in your freezer forever and ever and ever, right? That's what you have. So go ahead and vote. If it were that case, maybe you want to type vote space 2 for Andrew, or even vote space 3 for Shift 12.
Yeah, I'm interested by the sheer number of people who have sauces in their fridge. Like, I feel like I always keep those in the cupboard next to the fridge for easy access.
I used to do like my soy sauce in the fridge, but I think I changed it.
Why?
Now it's
What
out
were
on
you
the counter.
thinking?
I don't know. I went through a period where everything would go in the fridge, otherwise it would go bad.
Not so much. Yes, it's Kit Kats and water, of course.
Balanced
That is pretty
meal.
almost as weird as having a Sith Lord in your freezer. Yeah.
Okay.
What was the name of the guy, the Hillside Strangler? Do you guys remember him, Richard Ramirez? He used to have
Yeah.
heads in his freezer. That's weird. Having Kit Kats.
Was
in
that
your
Richard Ramirez, or was that like Jeffrey
Yes.
Dahmer? Or was that a bunch of them?
Yeah, exactly. But they all had heads in their freezers or something, like gizzards or lima beans, something nasty. Anyway.
Something wacky.
But it wasn't water.
With a glass of Chianti.
Exactly. Silence of the Frozen Lamb sauce. So that was pretty exciting. I do feel like I know these people a little bit better because you're just talking about something about yourself that doesn't ordinarily come out in your profile. So thank you very much for sharing, all you guys, particularly Patrick. You are making it to the final round. So, what's next?
Yes, let's move on, shall we? To the fourth question. This is Monday's question, and it is getting into the movie world. So, Alien versus Predator. Homer Simpson on Family Guy. What's the best crossover or cameo ever? Sorry, I had to set the scene with the first two, but we're talking about crossovers and cameos. And I think I actually just realized I have an incredible answer for this one because it's recent. If people saw the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, there's a scene where all the characters in the movie are at a diner, and a famous YouTuber who covered Five Nights at Freddy's video game lore is the waiter at the restaurant. And so I remember being in the theater, seeing him, and I was like, "You're in this." And then he like said his tagline, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
What was the YouTuber's name?
Do you know Matt Pat? Game
no,
Theory?
I don't. I know Game Theory. Okay, is that what he's from? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was wild. It was momentous. Ooh.
Oh, fridge reveal.
Woo. Yeah, but I love a good cameo. Love a good crossover.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like in the first Twilight movie, how Stephanie Meyer, the author of the books, is like sitting at the counter in one of the scenes. And they like so obviously like fixate on her for a second, just like eating, and then they like start the scene.
Well, that's like Stan Lee in all the
Oh yeah, he was always
So
he was
good.
even in the animated one. He was in
was he really?
he was in Spider the Miles Morales one. Whatever that was
Well,
called.
somebody has to have mentioned that. Someone of the fans, because that's the classic cameo.
Yeah.
IMHO.
I agree. Well,
Let's find
we got
out.
some answers. What? Well, we got some answers from fans. So let's see. Well, they'll be making cameo appearances on this show, I guess, or maybe it's a crossover. Not sure. But let's see what they have to say on this incredible question.
My favorite movie cameo is in this movie called Love Actually. It's this awesome, awesome Christmas movie. And in it, there's this character who talks about Claudia Schiffer over and over again. His wife has passed away, and he said he'd only love again if it was Claudia Schiffer. And she actually shows up at the end of the movie. I hope that wasn't spoiling anything for anyone.
I just watched that for the first time this year.
So my favorite movie cameo actually just happened recently in a relatively new movie. In Stephen King's Dr. Sleep, the original Danny from the original Shining actually plays a cameo part in the baseball scene, and he acts as a spectator talking about the young boy that has all of these special powers. So I think that that is probably to date my most favorite cameo, just because we get another glimpse.
My favorite movie cameo of all time, confirmed, is Tom Cruise in this movie called Tropic Thunder that came out early 2010s probably. Plays this crazy movie star agent, and he starts singing that song "Apple Bottom Jeans, Boots with the Fur." Amazing.
And by the way, he's wearing a bald cap and a fat suit. It's classic. One of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Okay, so my favorite TV cameo has to be Jane Krasinski from Law & Order SVU. I am a huge Law & Order SVU fan. And Jane Krasinski was on like season 5, episode like 22, 23. It was up there. But man, she went through like 7 layers of crazy in this episode. She had a amazing performance. It is so fun to watch, like aside from all the murder. But definitely check that out. It's so good.
She reminds me of another crime solver, Phoebe.
Ooh, my favorite cameo is probably Bill Murray in Zombieland. Remember when they show up in the Hollywood Hills, accidentally come into his house and he's disguised as a zombie, and then they accidentally shoot him. Anyway, it was a funny scene.
Wow, that is a good one.
That's
that is
a really
very
good
one.
Yo, so my favorite cameo is when Lucifer, the guy that plays Lucifer, he showed up on the Arrowverse. I felt like that was so cool because finally DC was starting to kind of act like Marvel in a way and combining the worlds. So I love it. I don't know what you think about it, but that's...
Yeah. Where's your Stan Lee? That's all I'm going to say.
I was about to say we've made it to the end and no one's talked about Stan Lee.
I can't believe it. It's such a good one. But there were some really great ones that were talked about, like Tropic Thunder. But oh my gosh, if you haven't seen that one, Tom Cruise is so funny. And that was like when his career was on the... Anyway, everybody, you can vote in the chat on YouTube. Just, you don't have to go anywhere, download anything. Just go ahead and type vote space, 4. If you want to say Jane Kaczynski, vote for Tamara that way. By the way, shortcut, you could just type V. Right? V space 2 is a vote for Christina. So go ahead and vote. Send one of these people to the final rounds. If you're on BeOnTheAir.com, then you just mash the blue button that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I am so psyched about how good these answers were. There's a bunch of stuff I hadn't thought of for a really long time. But thanks for sharing. Who is it? Who will it be?
Love Actually.
Marie said yes, Love Actually, which I actually just watched this movie for the first time this Christmas season because my fiance was like, "You've never watched Love Actually? Like, you gotta watch it." And the movie's insane. First of all, this movie's crazy, but I did think that part was really funny. She shows up not as herself, but playing the role of his next love interest. So it's pretty funny.
All right. Well, congratulations, Marie. You're one of our finalists. We'll be showing up in the finals very, very shortly. And I got to say, for those of you guys who have watched the show but haven't recorded, it's super easy. Every time one of these questions shows up in the live show, there's a link that pops up in the chat that says, click this link to record. It opens up a web page that allows you to record on your camera, on your phone or on your computer. And then that's it. You just say, hey, here I am with your answer, click submit. And next thing you know, you could be on the air on the very exciting QOTD Question of the Day show. So that's simple. Congratulations, Marie. That's a good answer. Obscure as far as I'm concerned, because I haven't seen it yet.
You gotta see it. I think you have to see it. You don't necessarily have to love it. But I thought it was a pretty odd movie. It's a bunch of different love storylines, and some of them are a bit outlandish, but it's fun. It's a fun watch.
Well, I watch so little TV. Just kidding.
Right.
I watch a lot of TV. I love TV. We're in a golden age, my friends, a golden age of cameos, crossovers, and television, and questions of the day. So, shall we hear the next one?
Yes, we shall. On to this one. This one is for Tuesday, and it is, if you could travel back in time, what would you tell your younger self to not do? Usually it's like, what advice do you have? What would you tell your younger self to do? This one, we're advising against something. And I think for me, I have a thought on this. And I think my thought is I would just tell my younger self to do not do what other people tell you to do necessarily, and to do more of what you want to do. You know, because I think often you can get caught up in like, oh, I have to do this to get into a good school, I have to do this to get a job. But I feel like often if you just carve your own path and you follow your passions, you'll still get a lot of the same good things, but just you'll feel a little bit more proud of it.
Yeah, you know what they say, like nobody ever on their deathbed says like, I'm so sorry I did X, Y, and Z. They always say that they regret the things that they didn't do. And there aren't many of them for me that I didn't do, but
Nice.
too. But it's all that, yeah. No, anyway, you know, those are my secrets. But don't get that tattoo, right? You're tattooed, folks.
Well, we'll find out, because I
That's our
hear,
next question.
spoiler alert, I hear we got a tattoo prompt coming
I
up.
forgot to say spoiler alert. Yes, that is our next question. But meanwhile, back on this question, right? If you could go back in time and tell your younger self not to do something, what would it be?
Yeah. Well, the thing is also, if you subscribe to the channel, you already knew that we were going to talk about tattoos today.
This is true. It shouldn't have been a surprise to anyone.
Exactly. Well, we got some advice coming in from fans from throughout the week, of course. So let's see what they would tell their younger selves not to do. Younger kids, pay attention.
Okay, so if I could travel back in time and tell myself not to do something, it would be to not overpluck my eyebrows. Thankfully, they grew back, but all throughout college, I overplucked them or I let them grow too bushy, and it was always just an issue. So I went abroad and it changed my life at 19, and all throughout abroad, sorry to be that girl, but all throughout abroad, I had literally no eyebrows. And I feel like I just missed a great opportunity to be my best self abroad because I had no eyebrows. And that is something I would tell myself not to do. Don't overpluck your eyebrows.
I wish I
feel
had
that
eyebrows.
one. Yeah.
No, I never did. I want them.
If I could go back in time and tell myself not to do something, it would probably be to look to the left when I drove out in the traffic. Yeah, that insurance premium went up by a good amount because of that little slip up.
A car accident.
Yes.
Oh no.
Car awareness.
If I could go back in time, I would tell myself to never be afraid to take risks, because if you don't believe in you, nobody else will.
Wisdom.
That's true.
Well, she's elevating the whole conversation, isn't she?
She is. She always does.
I would tell myself to not buy that $300 chair on Amazon that I never put together.
Dude, just put it together. I would love to have a
Overconsumption.
good chair.
If I could travel back in time and tell myself to not do something or do it differently, I would tell myself to not get married the first time to the wrong woman. Oh, I would save myself so much misery if I could just go back in time and do that.
Theme of
So
the week,
if you
secrets
say
revealed.
you shouldn't get married the first time, are you saying that you should never get married?
If I could travel back in time, I would tell myself to not have bought a car, because I think that cars are really bad and that we need more sustainable options to travel.
Yeah, Phoebe. Phoebe
I
just
just
got a
bought a
car.
car.
Yeah.
It's a
Gotta have
used
a
car. You gotta have a car.
Still. All right, everybody. Are your regrets similar to Sonia's or Knox's? Or maybe you have wisdom that's like Crystal? Maybe she inspired you. Whoever it is, you should vote for them and send them to the final round. You can vote right in chat on YouTube by typing vote space and the number of person who you think is really, spot on. Brian's a funny dude, man. Vote space 5 if you think you should also not have married your first wife or husband. And Alicia, I don't know. It's easy to say don't have a car. What are you going to do? Skateboard around?
You could skateboard and hold on to the back of a car, like
Yes,
you're in Back
just
to
like-
the Future.
Something else to tell your younger self. Don't hold on to the back of cars.
Sonia, I can't. I need to drive to get my groceries. I know. Wait, that was the. Oh no, she was the don't pluck your eyebrows, right?
Yes.
Sorry, so I totally side with you, Sonia. I overplucked my eyebrows too. Wrong response.
No, yeah. I think I have a person with like my dad has big bushy eyebrows. I have like very pronounced eyebrows, and I love my like sort of bigger eyebrows. It's in.
It's also like eyebrow trends are so cyclical. So they'll go like thick to thin every few years. So don't pluck them because that's super permanent.
Yeah. It takes a while for them to grow back too.
It does. And sometimes if you do it too much, they won't grow back.
But I will tell you something. So people look at your eyebrows in order to understand your emotions, right? And sometimes it's hard to control the way you project your emotions, even though you like want to say that everything is okay, and you say, oh, everything's okay, but people can see it in your face, right? But your eyebrows are critical to other people understanding your emotions, or maybe if you're lying or something like that. So if you're a professional poker player, then overplucking your eyebrows can help you with your poker face.
Just get rid of them.
Nobody's going to know if you're bluffing or not if they can't see your eyebrows. Or you could wear sunglasses, which is, if you watch those tournaments on TV. Anyway, thank you, Sonia. Anybody who has not yet plucked your eyebrows and you're thinking about it, listen to Sonia. Don't overdo it.
Yes. Or
trim
listen
them.
to Keith.
Yeah.
Or listen to Keith
I just want eyebrows.
True.
People
Well,
mock
I think it's time to move on to. I think we have one. No, we have two more questions.
So this is
This is the second to last.
So this is Wednesday. This is
Yes,
yesterday.
this is Wednesday. And so the question is, if you've ever worked in the customer service industry, what is your nightmare workplace story? What's the worst it's gotten to?
Yeah.
Have you guys worked in the customer service?
Yeah. Well, okay, so I haven't worked in like the restaurant industry, but I worked the front desk at a gym. So customer service was the name of the game. And people are insane. So like among like a million things, I just remember one thing people would do when they went to this gym that I worked at is there was a bin to drop your dirty towels in the locker room. And if people forgot to do it, then on their way out the door, they would just throw their towels like on me, like just hit me, boom, with a towel, which is crazy. Like you don't treat people like that, but you do. So it's like, it's wild. It's wild how like people who work in customer service just like don't get treated like humans a lot, which is sad if you think too much about it, but it's also funny to like look back and make fun of the audacity some people have. So I'm hoping that we get some great answers so we can just make fun of these people together.
People
trauma bond.
People can be jerks. So these are cautionary tales. Don't be that person.
Exactly.
Don't do it.
Yeah, and I think knowing the answers that have been submitted throughout the week, there's going to be some good stories. So Phoebe, you're going to be in some good company. Let's see what they have to say.
Well, I'm at work right now. Can't talk about this one. I worked at Walmart before. Price matching was a nightmare. I had a pack of hot dogs thrown at me.
Always throwing things at us. Like we don't deserve this.
Is banking considered a service industry? Yes, I was a teller, and I got robbed at gunpoint, and he left with a couple $100. They found him and they sent him to like 50 years to life because he had robbed like 10 other banks before with guns. The worst part of it was my bank manager, the general manager at the time, wouldn't stop making fun of me because the robber was short. So he makes fun of me that this little guy came up to me and said, "Give me your money," and then I have to live with that for the rest of my life. Thanks.
Well, I mean, he had an advantage.
I just it kind of trumps all customer service stories when somebody holds a gun.
One time, when I was at my old job, a kid peed on the floor during the middle of the day, and the mom just like, "Sorry," and left. So I had to clean it up. That was a fun day. Only made $8 an hour. So, yeah, definitely not worth it.
That's why you're now a social media personality. Way to go, Chris. That's insane.
I've
So what
worked
are you
in the
gonna do?
service industry before. My workplace story was I had this really impatient customer who was being rude, and I was making a sandwich and he was just asking for a lot of toppings, and there was a huge line, and he was just being rude and just condescending and arrogant, and I just didn't like how he was treating me, and it was something I won't forget. It was a bad memory of a bad customer. So just very rude. And I didn't like that one bit.
You can see it. She's still mad. I can see it in her eyebrows.
So I don't know if this is considered a nightmare, but I used to work at an ice cream shop from ages 15 to 20. And I just remember in one instance, this startled me a lot. So this was my nightmare. These two girls come in. They're clearly not well. They seem like they're not homeless, but they're not like not homeless. And they just look like they're definitely on something. And so the one girl orders for the girl next to her, because the girl next to her couldn't even look at anyone, couldn't even speak, couldn't even stop shaking. And looking someone in the eyes that is just so apparently dealing with addiction is so startling as someone that's 15, never seeing that unless it's on like TV, you know? So to be able to see someone that couldn't even function in public because they were just shaking and like definitely wasn't a sickness. Like this girl was 110% on something. That was definitely a good nightmare to have at work as a 15-year-old. To this day, I will never do anything like that. And that is confirmed because of her. So thank you.
I suppose that's good, but you've got to think that if you work in an ice cream shop, people must come and hide.
Hi. I have worked in the service industry. I've been a waitress at 3 different restaurants, and my nightmare is children. No story. Just if you have children, I don't think they should be allowed to eat at restaurants unless they're well behaved or on a leash.
This is a discourse my fiance and I have been having.
And not until you're 18.
Yeah, you don't belong there.
Kids don't belong in restaurants. But I mean, you got to train them. So that's why you go to the ice cream store. All right, everybody, it is time to vote. This is yesterday's question. Which was your best answer? Which one do you love the most? You can vote right in chat by typing vote space and then one of these numbers, 1 through 6. You know, maybe you don't think kids should go in restaurants. You want to type for Alicia, you type vote space 6. Or like you're with Artie, right? Man, people are so rude in sandwich shops. People really are rude. Maybe they were hungry. Still no excuse. But you would type vote space 4 and send Artie to the final round. Who will it be? I've done customer service. I mean, I've done like front of shop stuff.
Front of house.
Hey, got a pack of hot dogs thrown at me. But honestly, being at one of those superstores has got to be rough because it's not just like one rude customer. You're seeing billions of people, and there's a percentage of people who are just, a-holes, and you're going to see more of them if you're in a place that's high volume, right?
Yeah.
True.
Well,
definitely.
Yeah. I'm glad you got a better job now, or at least I presume that you have a better job now because you aren't complaining about that one. That was number 6. So all we have left is today's question, and then we go into the final round. I cannot wait to see what question we released this morning. I haven't even had a chance to hear the answers, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I know, it's going to be exciting.
Very exciting, very exciting. Well, no better time than the present. We alluded to it a little earlier, but the last question of the week is, tell us why you got your tattoo and what it means to you.
So oh yeah, go.
No, I was going to say, and if you have to refer back to question 2 about something you would tell your younger self not to do, we want to hear that too.
I don't know. I'm actually excited to see the answers on this one because I need inspiration for my next tattoo, of course. So I have a few. My favorite is my bird that's on my wrist. Yeah. So my story is probably not going to be as deep as I'm sure that some people are going to bring us some beautiful stories. I was finishing college in lockdown and I needed to do something. So I said, let's go get tattoos. But it worked out really well because I love it. And it's actually a Phoebe bird, and my name is Phoebe. So it's my bird.
That's perfect, but I have a question. If it was during lockdown, are tattoo parlors considered to be an essential service? Or is this like a prison tat? Did somebody come to your place?
I did it myself, in my bathtub. No, this was like November of 2020. So post full lockdown, but still like classes were online. I was finishing college online, and normally your last year of college has a lot of like ceremony to it, and there was just nothing, no parties to be had. Restaurants weren't even taking people in, and I was like, I need to feel something right now.
So you created your own ceremony, your own kind of milestone marker with the Phoebe bird. That's I get it. That makes a lot of sense for you.
Pew, pew.
Plus you could do that. Pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
Is that the sound that a Phoebe bird makes?
No, it goes like Phoebe. That's why it's called that. Phoebe. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to do some research.
Yeah.
Oh, same. Well, we have some fan answers for this question, so let's see what other tattoos people got and if they're nearly as cool as Phoebe's Phoebe bird.
Yeah, show us your tats.
Yeah.
Tell us why you got your tattoo and what it signifies to you. So I actually have a tattoo of my mum on me, who means a lot to me. She brought me into this world, and there's no one better in the world. So I got a tattoo of her face, as you can see there. Especially, I love the way it brings out her eyes and her smile. It's just beautiful. So that's my tattoo.
That's love.
I was about to say, I told you everyone's would be more beautiful than mine.
I could tell you why I got my tattoo, but I don't actually have one. So I've never got one. I never have any plans on getting one. I grew up with my granddad, and he has tattoos on his arms and all up and down his arms, and he regrets them big time. So I've always had that in the back of my head. I've never really had an interest in them. I mean, good luck to the people who want them. I have no problems with that, but they're not for me.
Yeah, famous last words. He's probably got sleeves by now.
Real simple story. When I was in high school, my best friend and I went to get tattoos. I got my name and she got her name. And at that time, we were probably just in love with ourselves and wanted the world to know who we were. Fast forward to now, I still want the world to know who I am, but it's more so if I get older and, lose my memory, I can look down and see my name and be like, oh, yeah, that's me. Or if I get lost or something and someone finds me, when they contact the police or whatever, they'll be like, hey, I see a name on a leg. Maybe this is who you're looking for.
This is in case I forget who I am, too.
Yeah, but then you got to decode it.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Is your name Cuckoo?
I personally have no tattoos, but if I were to get one, I'd probably get like a Bible scripture with like an Asian or Japanese language handwriting, because I find it really looks cool. And if I were to ever get a tattoo, I'd probably get something within those lines.
Or you could combine it.
Bible scripture in Japanese.
Bible scripture in Japanese.
So I don't have a tattoo right now. I do really want to get one. I think they're fun. If I got one, it would probably be something really small, maybe like a little butterfly. Sounds very basic, but sounds cute, I guess.
That's a gateway tat.
I think the reason that's keeping me from getting a tattoo is that I'm afraid I'm going to get it, and then a week later I'm going to be like, I hate it, get it off my skin. I just can totally see that happening. I'm a very impulsive person, so I am afraid that I'll make an impulsive tattoo decision and immediately hate it.
Pick a good artist.
Well,
I have never got a tattoo, but if I was to get a tattoo, man, you already know what the tattoo would be of. You see right here, the Steelers, man, every day for life. You already know what it is. It signifies to me football, man, everything. And yeah, when you're having a bad day, man, just turn on a football game, help you get through the day. So yeah, if I got anything, that's what it would be. Get it done, baby. Steelers.
Well, he's like a throwback fan, like from the old days. loves his team. It's like do or die. Well, which one are you? Are you going to get like the New York Jets like tattooed on your shoulder or something like that? Then you're going to want to vote along with Jay Ross by typing chat. In the chat, type vote space 6, or maybe like Becca, you're thinking about that cute little butterfly as your starter tattoo, vote space 5. Or maybe like no, I'm not. That's Patrick, vote space 2. So vote for whoever you agree with, who you thought was funny, who inspired you, vote. It's the second best thing you can do. The best thing you could do would become a member, but the third best thing that you can do is vote.
Yes, and then also recording, but we like to promote YouTube stuff.
Yeah, we want to know. Bible verse. It's a common one, yeah, but you got to like pick something that you're like going to be like inspired by every day. You're going to look at it and go, yeah. That's what I want to do. I don't know, pick your favorite Bible guy or gal.
Yeah. Well, also, we were talking earlier about writing a Bible verse in Japanese. You got to be careful though, because I know a couple of celebrities who have gotten stuff in another language that they don't understand, and that's how you get Ariana Grande, who was like, "Oh, I got 7 rings," but it actually meant like
it's
charcoal
like
grill or
barbecue. Yeah, barbecue grill.
Exactly.
Also, be really nice to your tattoo artist when you ask them to put something on you in a different language.
Yeah, tip early, tip early.
Exactly.
That is really great. Well, Misha, congratulations. You're going to be in the finals. And guess what? That was question number 7. We have gone through the entire week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today is Thursday. We had those 7 questions. You guys recorded your answers. We've all voted for the ones that we thought were the best. And so now it is time for the big runoff. It is the championship round where we will vote for the question. QOTD Big Show Championship Round. Seriously, it is the most exciting moment in QOTD sports right here. Every week, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So,
Super Bowl, basically.
What we're going to do right now is we're going to do a quick run through of all the answers just to remind you of which were the most awesome of these awesome answers. And then we are going to vote, and you guys will tell us which one you think was the funniest, the best, the most inspiring, the wisest, the cutest answer. And they will be our champions. So, let's stop mucking around.
I don't know if my dog thinks I am a dog or not. They try to treat me as I am one, or they do their own thing. But I do think that my dog thinks that they are a person and that they can just go anywhere and do anything, but they cannot. So
Shiv's answering the question. Does your dog think that you're a big dumb dog or a big dumb pet?
I mean, we can all just be generally nicer to each other. I feel like that's a common answer.
What's something that everyone needs to improve upon? Chris says nice.
Show us the weirdest thing in your refrigerator. Ooh, I don't actually have anything interesting at the moment. I'm traveling at the moment, so I'm in North Macedonia today, and all I have in there is a bottle of water because it's real freaking hot here, and I have a Kit Kat too. So it's kind of it though. Nothing exciting, unfortunately.
What's the weirdest thing in your fridge? Show it to us. Patrick says a Kit
My
Kat
favorite
bar.
movie cameo is in this movie called Love Actually. It's this awesome Christmas movie. And in it, there's this character who talks about Claudia Schiffer over and over again. His wife has passed away, and he said he'd only love again if it was Claudia Schiffer. And she actually shows up at the end of the movie. I hope that wasn't spoiling anything for
Maybe not. What's your favorite cameo?
Okay, so
or
if I could
crossover?
travel back in time and tell myself not to do something, it would be to not overpluck my eyebrows. Thankfully, they grew back, but all throughout college, I overplucked them or I let them grow too bushy, and it was always just an issue. So I went abroad, and it changed my life at 19, and all throughout abroad, sorry to be that girl, but all throughout abroad, I had literally no eyebrows. And I feel like I just missed a great opportunity to be my best self abroad because I had no eyebrows, and that is something I would tell myself not to do. Don't overpluck your eyebrow.
So if you could go back in time and tell your younger self not to do something, what would it be?
Well, I'm at work right now. Can't talk about this one. I worked at Walmart before. Price matching was a nightmare. I had a pack of hot dogs thrown at me.
Crystal's answering the question, what's your customer service nightmare when you were a customer service
I
person?
personally have no tattoos, but if I were to get one, I would probably get like a Bible scripture with like an Asian or Japanese language handwritten, because I find it really looks cool, and if I were to ever get a tattoo, I'd probably get something within those lines.
And Mishak is answering our final question, which is, if you were going to get a tattoo, what would it be of? We got to vote right now, everybody. Vote for the champion of the week, who had the best answer of all the answers to all the questions for this past week. You can vote in chat by typing vote space and the number of the person whose answer you thought was the awesomest, or the wisest, or the truest answer to all
Or the
those
most
things.
gossipy.
Yes, which was the yummiest? You would think it would be something in your freezer. Oh, it's Mishak. Mishak's
Tattoos.
Tats.
Tats, baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
She doesn't get it.
It would hurt, man. There's a lot of strokes. There's a lot of dots. When you got to
Oh,
write.
to get a whole scripture?
Yeah, just pick a short one. That's my advice. In the beginning, that would be enough.
That would actually be like a pretty cool one.
In Japanese. Well, everybody, thank you so much for answering this week's questions. Congratulations to everybody who recorded, and congratulations to everybody who made it to the show, who made it to the finals, and then finally to Mishak, who won the whole darn thing. This is a really, really exciting week. These were good questions. I liked your theme too, JJ. The reveal, the big reveal. Do we have a theme for next week?
Yes, we do.
Thank you.
So, I thought next week we're doing a lot of talking about cool stuff about ourselves. So next week's theme is bragging rights, the title. So we're talking about cool tricks that your pet can do, bragging about getting enough sleep with your sleep hacks, any lucky charms that you have, stuff you're going in your garden in the spring, which is coming up very quickly. We're just getting into all the things that are great about us, about the now, and we're bragging about it online.
So, not to brag, but in the introduction to the one about does your pet do a trick, I have my pet doing a trick, and I gotta say something, that my pet's trick is kind of off the charts. But you'll see it. If you are a subscriber, and if you're not a subscriber, we would really appreciate if you would click the subscribe button and kind of join our list. But if you're a subscriber, you're going to get each of the questions in your subscription feed, kind of in your inbox every morning. And the pet one, your pet tricks, when is that one, JJ? Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, that's the first one tomorrow.
Subscribe right now, and you will see my dog, Santino Bambino, doing a trick that is going to blow your mind. And I didn't teach him to it. He figured it out all by himself. It was amazing.
So your dog thinks he's a human?
My dog definitely thinks that he's a human. Sort of. He kind of thinks that I'm a big dumb dog too, though. I don't mean a dumb dog. I can't do any of the good dog stuff. But I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what other people have to say, because that's kind of the whole idea here. We're asking questions because we want to meet you, right? Show us the inside of your refrigerator or whatever, right? We just want to get to know you a little bit more. We really appreciate everything that you have to say when you record. And a lot of it is just because, we just can't wait to see you on TV, as we like to say. But let me say thanks again, right, for JJ and for Phoebe, for everybody at Consolidated Wonder and QOTD and BeOnTheAir.com to throw all of our brands out there. Thanks to everybody who recorded and shared a little bit about themselves, especially, and everybody who voted, everybody who sent stars. I also want to send out a special thank you to you, Phoebe. Thank you so much for joining us these past few months. Phoebe's going on to do another job. She's going to go and, catch lawbreakers or something like that. I do notice that you're wearing your police shirt right now. But Yeah, no, we missed you. You added a lot. I hope that you're going to still record answers.
Oh yeah, I was about to say that I'm sad to be leaving the big show, but I'm excited because this means I can start submitting my answers again.
Yeah, maybe you can win one of our prizes.
Maybe I can. Maybe I can be the big winner.
All right, so everybody, thanks again. We will see you around, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody out there on TV. Thanks a lot.
Bye.